Okay, go.
Howdy, my name is Claudia Olmos, and I will be defending the Mastigoproctus gigantus, whose common name is the vinegaroon or whip scorpion, which belongs in the Theliphonida order.
Howdy, my name is Anna Vigorov, and I'm going to be defending the Ladrodicus bishopi, or also the red widow spider, and our debate topic is who would win in a fight.
So, as I mentioned, I have the vinegaroon. And the vinegaroon usually ranges from 25 to 85 millimeters in length, but they also appear to be big due to their whip, their claws, and their legs. They have 6 legs which are used for walking and 2 legs that are in the front of the body that appear like antennae, which are known as trochanters, and this is used for sensory organs and to be able to capture their prey. And vinegaroons are very carnivorous and they are nocturnal, and they eat insects, scorpions, crickets, cockroaches, and other animals. They sometimes have been able to eat small frogs and other types of insects too. They are found usually in Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, and other warmer temperatures around the world. And usually they're able to hide in dark places. And one of the unique characteristics that they have is that they possess a whip-like tail, whenever they use to attack their prey or their predator, or whenever they feel that they are being attacked. And this whip-like tail discharges an acetic acid, which has a vinegar smell to it. And what it does is that it hurts the eyes of the predator or the prey or whoever it's used against to. And it also, with the trochanters, they're able to inflict a painful bite. And if they are able to hit someone, like a human, or spray them with the discharge, they are able to irritate them in their eyes, or it can also cause them blisters in their skin. And along with that, some humans also have them as pets, and that's the vinegaroon.
Okay, so I have the red widow spider. It's an endemic species, and it lives in central and southern Florida. It lives pretty much where it's warm and they can find cool places to hide. They have a red, orange, black, and yellow coloring, which helps them blend in with the sand, with its surroundings. It can crawl in small holes. The spider can capture flying insects, which makes it predaceous, and it's feared of in the wild. It's a really big predator. It can cause muscle spasms and tissue injuries from its bite because of its venom. It's so neurotoxic. It's very harmful, and I think this can make it very threatening. It's really small. It's about 1/2 inch, which makes it very fast and unpredictable. It can hide in very small places. It lives in a warm climate with many tourists, so they don't really understand the threat until they get there. I think that the fact that it's venomous and the fact that it can move fast gives it an upper hand into a fight. When it first bites you, you think it's either just like a regular insect bite or a regular spider bite until your tissue starts to shut down, until your nervous system starts to shut down. Because it has a really diverse coloring, you don't really understand what it's like. Unlike the black widow spider, here it's kind of looks just like an exotic spider, and you don't really understand how venomous it can be. And because it's so small and fast, it makes it very quick to attack, and a lot of insects are feared of it in the wild.
Okay. So basically, I have the vinegaroon again, and I think the vinegaroon will be able to win in a fight because of their whip-like structure along with their trochanters. With the whip-like structure, they're able to blind their prey or their predator, which gives them time to be able to escape if it's a predator, or time for them to attack if it's their prey. And by having this, they're able to get their prey way more easier because their prey is going to be so busy trying to rub its eyes or trying to see what's been going on. And along with that, I also think their trochanters will be like able to help them because they'll be causing a very painful pain with it because they're right in the front and like they're really big in the middle where their teeth are, which can cause like a really painful bite.
I definitely think that because it can spray acid in its like predator's eyes, it's very predacious and it's probably very scary. I definitely think that because the red widow spider is really small, it gives it a little bit upper hand so it can move quicker. It's very like unpredictable because it can come out from anywhere. Like it can either come from the sand, it can come from like any other cool area. Because there's so many tourists, it is like a really big threat to a lot of people at one time. Because it's just like a regular bite, I don't think that the responder or like the prey really understands what happens until a little bit after. So it might get bitten and then maybe a little while after it only then starts to show signs. So I think that makes it very unpredictable and very dangerous in like its own way.
So I agree with the fact that the red willow spider is very dangerous, but I also think that the vine is going to be dangerous too. So a fight between these two insects, I believe that it's going to be like a very competitive and very like difficult one to see who wins. But I think the vine will be able to win because of its structure, of its whip-like structure, because they'll be able to use it against the red willow spider, which can cause the red willow spider to be blinded at that time, which will be able to have the vine given a chance in order for them to start attacking. So I think that's what will be able to happen between these two if they were to fight.
I definitely agree with the fact that getting blinded is very bad for the red widow spider. But I think in the aspect that it's so small and so quick, maybe it'll be able to get out from the spray. I definitely think that maybe because the spider is a little bit more compact, it's easier to get around and it has more of an advantage of kind of circling its prey instead of just like standing in one spot. I also think that because of the coloring, it can blend in with the surrounding wherever it is. So it can hide from its predator or it can hide from its prey and kind of like surprise attack them. I think that once it bites you, it's kind of a fatal bite and the prey doesn't really have anywhere to go and it can't really do anything. So I definitely think that that's why it has a little bit more of an upper hand because it's so small and so quick.
So once again, I had the vine and I believe that the vine will be able to win due to its whip-like structure, which gives acetic acid, which can blind their predator or their prey. And along with that, they also have the trochanters, which can inflict a painful bite, which can cause their prey or predator to start thinking about the bite instead of thinking what's in front of them. So I think it's also important for them to be able to be studied more in depth, because there's some that are around, like in the United States, there's some in New Mexico and Arizona, and we need to know what other effects they have on humans besides just being able to cause them blisters or just irritating their skin. And we also need to know if there's some that are in this group that will probably have more dangers towards them compared to this one. And along with that, just be able to know more about this species.
So once again, I had the red widow spider. It's very venomous and small, which makes it easier for a surprise attack. The result of its venom can be very fatal and very dangerous. They feed on insects, and they're a danger actually because their shelter is being threatened. So I think it's important for them to be studied because there's 42 different species, which makes it a very diverse kind of order. It helps scientists see the effect on animals and their habitat around it depending on the season, they can feed on different kinds of insects and plants. So I think it's important for scientists to learn what kind of effect the environment can have on them, what kind of effect other species can have on them. I also think it's important to know each unique characteristic of each species, whether they feed on something else or if they feed on the same, whether or not their habitat or environment can be changed, and how they'll react in other environment to see whether or not this venomous kind of spider can spread to other areas. So I guess that's it.
So that's our debate about who would win between a vine garroon or a red widow spider.